Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really getting into the life and honestly, the incredible impact of Martin Luther King Jr. We all know the name, the speeches, but we want to look deeper at the strategy, the thinking that, well, changed so much before he was tragically killed at just 39.
Exactly. We're aiming to, break down those key achievements, understand how his early life really forged him, and what his nonviolent approach means for us, like right now, globally.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning. He wasn't actually born Martin Luther King Jr., right?
No, that's a key point. Born Michael King Jr. in 29. The name change for both him and his father came after his dad visited Germany in 1934. He was so inspired by Martin Luther the Reformer that he adopted the name. Quite a statement.
And that sense of maybe defiance or principle, it seems like it was there from the start, even before the name change.
Oh, absolutely. You hear the story about age 6, his white friend suddenly not allowed to play with him. Just, we are white and you are colored. Imagine that. But it wasn't just experiencing racism, it was seeing resistance. Like his father walking out of a shoe store rather than accept segregated seating in the back. That sticks with a kid.
Right. So he sees this model of standing up, and he was bright, obviously, entered college super young.
Yeah, Morehouse at 15. And that trip north he took, working on a tobacco farm in Connecticut, that's highlighted quite a bit. Seeing integration for the first time, like people eating together, sitting together freely, he felt this huge sense of hope.
But then, the ride home.
Reality hits. Forced to stand on the bus so white passengers could sit. He wrote later that was the angriest he'd ever been. You can just feel that whiplash.
So that anger, he channeled it. And not just into theory, right? He was putting ideas into practice pretty early on.
Yes, even before digging deep into Gandhi, which came later. There's this incident in 1950, the Mary's Cafe sit-in. He and some friends refused to leave a segregated place. It's called a formative step, showing him firsthand that nonviolent civil disobedience could actually work.
Okay, so the seeds were there. Then comes Montgomery.
Right, the bus boycott, 55-56, after Rosa Parks' arrest, that really catapulted him onto the national stage.
And led to founding the SCLC, the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, in 57, using the power of black churches for change.
But Montgomery itself, coordinating that boycott for over a year. Thousands of people. That wasn't just moral outrage, that was incredible organization.
Seriously. A logistical feat. And that became his core method, didn't it? Organized nonviolent protests, but designed to provoke.
Exactly, provoke a crisis. Think about Birmingham. The strategy was to stage peaceful protests, knowing they'd likely meet with violence. Get that contrast, peaceful black marchers, violent police onto national television. That forces the conversation, forces negotiation. It was calculated.
And incredibly brave. That pressure, it worked. It led straight to the big legislative wins.
The March on Washington in 63, the I Have a Dream speech, you know that famous part about judging people by the content of their character? Apparently that was improvised.
Wow. And right after that momentum.
You get the Civil Rights Act of 64, he wins the Nobel Peace Prize the same year, and then the Voting Rights Act of 65. Huge victories.
But he didn't stop there. The story gets even more complex in his final years.
It really does. He started looking past segregation laws to deeper systemic problems, what he called the giant triplets.
Racism, poverty, and militarism.
Yes, he saw these as intertwined fundamental flaws in the system, not just surface issues.
So he started calling for a revolution of values. Even talked about needing a radical redistribution of economic and political power. That sounds, well, revolutionary even today.
It absolutely was. He believed true justice required tackling those root causes, and he applied this nonviolent vision globally, too.
That quote is powerful. World peace through nonviolent means is neither absurd nor unattainable. All other methods have failed.
It speaks volumes, doesn't it? And that vision, that framework, it echoed in rights movements everywhere, from South Africa to Northern Ireland. His influence is undeniable.
So, wrapping up, that final sermon he gave, the drum major instinct one, just before he died.
Yeah. He asked people to remember him not for the prizes, but because he tried to love and serve humanity, to be a drum major for justice.
A drum major for justice.
Powerful.
So the question for us maybe is, how do we pick up that baton? If he pointed to those giant triplets, racism, poverty, militarism, what does being a drum major for justice against those look like in your life right now?